Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about Unit 5 of our subject Basic Electrical and Instrumentation Engineering. The topic of Unit 5 is Analog and Digital Instruments. Okay. So here in this unit, we are going to discuss about the measurement of RLC. RLC means resistance, capacitance, inductance, and frequency also we are going to measure. Right. So for this type of measurement, we are going to use bridge circuit. Right? So the bridge circuit is a null method, operates on the principle of comparison, that is known as standard value is adjusted until it's equal to the unknown value. So our aim is to find out the unknown value using this bridge. So the bridge circuit we can classify as DC bridge and AC bridge. The DC bridge can be used to measure the resistance. Here the excitation voltage is DC. So the measurement of resistance we can use Wheatstone bridge, Kelvin bridge and Mega Ohm bridge. Similar way the AC bridge used to measure inductance, capacitance and frequency. Here the excitation is AC voltage. To measure inductance, we are going to use Maxwell bridge, high bridge, Ohm bridge. And to measure capacitance, mostly we are using Shearing bridge. To measure frequency, we can use Wien bridge. So first we are going to discuss about DC bridges. On the DC bridges, we are going to measure the resistance. The resistance classifications are low resistance, medium resistance, high resistance. That is based on the range of its resistance values. For example, low resistance means the order of 1 ohm. So to measure this low resistance, we can use Kelvin's bridge method. Medium resistance means is a range from 1 ohm to 100 kilo ohm. To measure this, we can use Wheatstone bridge method. For high resistance means it can be above 100 kilo ohm. The measure we can use to measure the high resistance. First, we are going to discuss about Wheatstone bridge. So, using this Wheatstone bridge, we are going to measure the medium resistance. So here four arms are exist. The R1, R2 called ratio arms because the final equation includes the ratio R1 and R2. So it is called R1, R2 ratio arms. The resistance which we are going to measure, that is the unknown resistance. Here I am taken as R4. Some textbook they are mentioned as Rx. And this is the standard resistance. By varying this resistance, we are going to balance the bridge. Then we can measure the value of R4. Here we are applying the DC voltage. So that is a DC bridge. So to obtain balance condition, we need to adjust the resistance values. When the bridge is balanced, the galvanometer carries zero current and it does not show any deflection. Thus, the bridge works on the principle of null deflection or null indication. To have zero current through this galvanometer, the point B and D must be same potential. Same potential means same voltage. Then only we can get zero current here. So the potential arms A and B must be same as the potential arms A and D. So in this condition, we can write I1 R1 equal to I2 R4. Here I1 R1 that is equal to I2 R4. So here galvanometer current is 0. So that means it is open. If it is 0, then the current flowing through the resistance R1 and R3 are same. So I can write I1 equal to I3. Similar way, The current flowing through the R4 and R3 also same. So I can write R2 equal to, I2 equal to I4. Right? Now, so considering this battery path here, by considering this battery path, I can write the equation as I1 equal to I3 equal to E divided by R1 plus R2, because same current can be flow under bridge balance condition. I1 equal to I3 equal to E divided by R1 plus R2. The similar way, the current flowing through R4 and R3 is same. So I2 equal to I4 equal to E divided by R4 plus R3. So initially we are having this expression I1 R1 equal to I2 R4. Now substitute the values of equation 3 and equation 4 in equation 1. Right? So if I replace I1 in this equation 1, so E divided by R1 plus R2 into R1, that is equal to I2 expression is E divided by R3 plus R4. So E divided by R3 plus R4 into R4. Right? So now the expression we can write it because here both E values are cancelled. Now if I remodify this expression, I can get R1 into R3 plus R4, that is equal to R4 into R1 plus R2. Then I can multiply this R1 value in this expression. So R1 R3 plus R1 R4, that is equal to R4 R1 plus R4 R2. Anyway, in both side of equation we have R1 R4. So this R1 R4, this R1 R4, that is LHS and RHS cancel. Now I can get the expression R1 R3 equal to R2 R4. My aim is to find out the unknown resistance R4. This is the unknown resistance. So R4 become R3 into R1 divided by R2. So this is the final expression for Wheatstone bridge. Right? So we are going to measure the value of R4, that is an unknown resistance. In some textbooks, they are mentioned here Rx. X means unknown value. So they are taken it as a Rx. For my convenience, I am taking it as R4, right, to understand easily. So I can take that value as R4. Right. So this is the final expression R4 equal to R3 into R1 divided by R2. So the applications of Wheatstone bridge, the Wheatstone bridge is basically a DC bridge and used to measure the resistance in the range of 1 ohm to mega ohm. There is a medium mega ohm, and it is used to measure the DC resistance of various type of wires for the purpose of quality control of wire. Then this Wheatstone bridge can be used to measure the resistance of motor winding, relay coils and all. Also, it can be used by the telephone companies to locate the cable faults. The faults may be of the type line to line short or line to ground short. On these cases, we are using a Wheatstone bridge. Okay, we are measuring the resistance, but the major drawback of Wheatstone bridge is it can measure the range from few ohm to several mega ohm. Note down, few ohm to several mega ohm, but it cannot measure the low resistance value, very low resistance value it cannot measure. That means it gives some error. On that case, we need to modify the Wheatstone bridge and we can get the another bridge named as Kelvin bridge. Right? So the Kelvin bridge may be regarded as the modified of Wheatstone bridge to secure the increased accuracy in the measurement of very low resistance. So it is used to measure the resistance from few micro ohm to 1 ohm. So if any objective question, if they ask which bridge can be used to measure very low resistance, means you can say it is a Kelvin bridge. Now we are going to discuss about Kelvin bridge. As I told, this Kelvin bridge is the modified form of Wheatstone bridge. Here, the resistance Ry represent the resistance of connecting leads from R3 to Rx, and this Rx is the unknown resistance to be measured. So this resistance only I am going to measure here. Right? The resistance Ry represents the resistance of the connecting leads from R3 to Rx. The resistance Rx is the unknown resistance to be measured. Right? So here the galvanometer can be connected to either terminal A, B or terminal C. Okay, when the galvanometer is connected to A, the lead resistance Ry, get added with Rx. So the value measured by the bridge indicates the higher value of Rx. Right? If the galvanometer connected to terminal C, then the Ry gets added to R3. The Ry get added with R3. So this results in measurement of Rx much lower than the actual value. Suppose the point B in middle of these points A and C in such a way that the ratio of the resistance from C to B and that form of A to B is equal to the ratio of R1 and R2. So I can write the equation as RCB divided by RAB equal to R1 divided by R2. I can take the equation 1. If the bridge is balanced, the expression may be R1 R3 equal to R2 Rx, that we already discussed in Wheatstone bridge. In the similar case, here also if the bridge is balanced, then R1 R3 equal to R2 Rx. Now this R3 and Rx now changed to R3 plus RAB and Rx plus RCB as per this diagram. I repeat once again, this R3 changed as R3 plus RAB and Rx changed as Rx plus RCB. So instead of in the expression 2, I replace this R3 as R3 plus RAB. Instead of Rx, I can write Rx plus RCB. Right? From this, I can write Rx plus RCB equal to R1 by R2 equal to R3 plus RAB. Just I can take it as equation 3. So the expression whatever we taken earlier is RCB divided by RAB equal to R1 divided by R2. I am going to add 1 on both sides of this expression. Anyway, there is no changes in exact values. Right? For derivation purpose, to equate the proper values, I am adding R1, that is left hand side 1 as well as right hand side 1. Right? Now, if I cross multiply this, RCB plus RAB divided by RAB, that is equal to R1 plus R2 by R2. Now, from bridge circuit, we know that RY is the summation of RCB plus RAB. Right? See here, this RY is the combination of RAB plus RBC. So, that only I am writing here, RCB plus RAB equal to RY. Right? Now, I am going to replace this one in equation 4. That means I am going to substitute this equation 5 in equation 4. Now equation 4 become Ry divided by RAB equal to R1 plus R2 by R2, that is the expression 6. So from this I can write RAB equal to R2 Ry divided by R1 plus R2, that is the cross multiplication. R2 into Ry divided by R1 plus R2. Now from equation number 5 is RCB plus RAB equal to RY. From this I can write RCB equal to RY minus RAB. Right? Now I am going to replace this expression in equation number 7. Right? So here RCB equal to RY minus RAB. In equation number 7, we have RAB equal to R2 into RY divided by R1 plus R2. I am going to apply this value here. Once if I apply Ry minus R2 Ry divided by R1 plus R2. Right? You can take it out this Ry as common, or you can cross multiply these terms. You can cross multiply these terms. Once if we cross multiply and simplify the terms, we can get RCB equal to R1 Ry divided by R1 plus R2. Just you take it as equation number 10. Right? Now we have two expressions. One is equation number 7 RAB, equation number 10 is RCB. I am going to apply both RCB and RAB in expression equation number 3. Right? What is the expression number of equation 3? This one. Rx plus RCB equal to R1 divided by R2 into R3 plus RAB. Here RCB is there, here RAB is there. I am going to replace this RCB and RAB with the derivative value of R. Once I supply these values in the expression 3, I can get this expression Rx plus R1 into Ry divided by R1 plus R2, that is equal to R1 divided by R2 into R3 plus R2 into Ry divided by R1 plus R2. Now keep this left hand side value as it is. Now multiply this R1 R2 ratio in the right hand side. So R1 R3 divided by R2 plus R1 R2 Ry, right, divided by R2 into R1 plus R2. Anyway, this R2 and this R2 cancel. Both R2 are cancel. Once this R2 and R2 cancel, you will get R1 Ry divided by R1 plus R2. Now see in this expression, in the left hand side and right hand side, the values are same. These values Ry into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Here also R1 Ry divided by R1 plus R2. If both terms are cancelled, then you will get the expression Rx equal to R1 R3 divided by R2. Right? So this is the final expression of Kelvin bridge is an unknown value. As per the circuit diagram, we are going to measure the value of Rx is the unknown value. Thank you. In the next session, we are going to discuss about measurement of inductance and capacitance.